The truth is, you are being lied to. You are being lied to by the PlayStation community, by the ponies. You know why I say that? You see, the PlayStation community would have you believe that their first party games are the best. They would have you believe is that is what is driving the industry. Their first party games, their exclusives. But when you look at the evidence, just a handful of Sony fans buy the exclusive. Do you know which game these ponies buy more than any exclusive? Do you know who are the owners of the that particular game? Well, no one could have said it better than KD from the Iron Lord podcast.
What are you doing here, sir?
Bangers.
Yes. Oh, yeah, Ratchet and Clank. Definitely
Bangers.
Yes.
Bangers.
Yes, Horizon.
Get to the point.
Sony gives you these bangers.
Yes, these
right?
are. Oh, Spider-Man, definitely.
And we know what the deal is
Oh,
about.
yes, God of War
Yes,
Ragnarok.
we know what the deal is about.
Woo, yes, the original. Yes.
These first party bangers.
That's called it. Yes, bang.
Yo, we all
I'm just
thought-
dying to know where he's going.
I don't know where
We
he's
all
going with
thought
this.
these first party bangers were sufficient and self-sustaining. We really find out it's all.
Are you in
Find out that y'all all of this don't equal this. You are not enough.
Are you in
All this that you brought right now don't matter to them. This dude. This what the deal is about. They don't want the information to come out that this ain't worth that. All of this joint that y'all was capping for meant nothing.
Are you?
He is right. Shout out to the guys there at the Iron Lords podcast. Now, does it have any credibility to what King David is saying? Well, of course it does. I bring the facts, I bring the evidence. After looking at the most played games on the PlayStation platform for the month of January, guess which game has consistently won every month as the most played game on the PlayStation platform? It is none other than Call of Duty. And when it is you look at the top 5 games that are being played on the PlayStation 5, there is not even one first party PlayStation 5 game or Sony game. I mean, not even in the top 10 there are a Sony game being played by Sony fans on the PlayStation 5. So the conclusion is that the PlayStation community lied. They lied and said that the reason why the PlayStation 5 is selling so much is because of their exclusivity, because of their exclusive bangers. That is a lie. But that's not the only lie the PlayStation community does. They are lying and saying that they are excited for their first party content. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you would have heard a PlayStation fan, a pony, talk about Wolverine? That's a first party title that is coming. None of them is talking about Wolverine. The PlayStation community is awfully quiet about Wolverine. What about another PlayStation banger? Why are they not talking about Intergalactic? Intergalactic, the game that got more downvotes than Concord? I mean, every time these ponies think about Intergalactic, all they see is this.
It's right here.
Holy mother of Jesus! She's a man. I went to second base with a damn Frenchman. It's the crying games. I'm Brokeback Carter. Oh,
I'm not a man, he's just a wigger.
you sure about that?
Yeah, sure. You guys are excited for your first party exclusives. And let me not get started with Phantom Blade. These ponies try to hype up Phantom Blade, but guess what? Ninja Gaiden 4 basically came and took Phantom Blade launch money. I mean, at this point, there are more fans waiting to a sequel to this old-time Chinese movie than to Phantom Blade. Phantom. Today we are going to talk about how these ponies just keep lying. I mean, they can't help themselves, man. Let's all see how the PlayStation community belong to.
This is where y'all live. This is where y'all stay. Cap World, that's where you live. That's where your house is. Cap World. That's where you go. Cap World, because you're full of it. You're full of cap.
So you know what? Let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. So guys, before we continue the video, if it is you want me to continue exposing these lying ponies, hit that like and subscribe button. Of course, you get the best Xbox content this side of YouTube. Of course, we give you Xbox news and we give you the Sony pony salt. So if this type of content interests you, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button today. Now let's get back to the video. For the most part of 2 years, the PlayStation community have been singing to the rooftop that Xbox is getting out of the hardware business, meaning that there would be no new Xbox consoles coming forward. Now, we would have seen Dreamcast guy maybe put up at least 50 videos that Microsoft Xbox is dead.
We're talking about the death of Xbox because at this point, the console of Xbox is literally just useless.
Look how many times Dreamcast guy would have said Xbox is dead, right? We would have seen on Twitter where J-Dub and other ponies would have been saying Microsoft is coming out of the hardware business, Microsoft console is dead, and so forth and so on. Of course, all of these things that they have been saying were lies. Every last one of them lies. Now, they fail to quote what Sarah Bond said about hardware.
We actually have more creators right now building for Xbox than ever before by nature, thousands of them by nature of those investments. And we got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday. And we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And what we're really focused on there is delivering the largest technical leap you will have ever seen in a hardware generation.
But it was not only Sarah Bond talking about hardware. Phil Spencer also said something about hardware recently.
Again, one of the concerns that I hear in the community is about your own hardware and the future of that. Now, I know Sarah Bond has stated, yes, we will continue to have Xbox hardware in the future, technical leap, things like that. You've obviously talked about the handheld that is still some years away, so eventually you're going to do something like that. But there is concern in the community about, well, you're putting all these games on these other platforms. Why would I still want an Xbox? What is going to be the reason for me to want Xbox hardware when I can get that experience on another platform?
Yeah, I want people to pick hardware based on the capabilities of that hardware and how that fits into the choices they want to make about where they want to play. And we want our hardware to win based on the hardware capabilities that we have. Let's say, like our own hardware, I think it's fundamental to what Xbox is. It's not lost on me. I've said over and over that box is in the name of our brand. I'll say is in the position I'm in, I look at hardware as a critical part of what we do, but not trying to gatekeep the games off of other places for the benefit of it. Let's go build innovative hardware that people want to use to play, whether that's in their hands, whether it's on their television, or even other places. And I love our hardware team and spent some time with them just this week and the roadmap that they have. And I think we're learning a lot from this.
So again, the PlayStation community lied. It's very clear that Phil Spencer is saying there is a hardware roadmap. Another thing we have to remember is that both Sony and Microsoft said that they should not be judged on how many consoles are sold. So when these ponies are saying here, well, because Xbox is not selling as much consoles as Sony, they are dead, that's a foolish argument. Another way these Sony fans lie, when I say lie, these guys lie. So last year and this year, they have a new lie. They are saying that every single Xbox game, past and present, would be going on PlayStation 5 or the Nintendo Switch 2. And that's simply just a lie. Listen to two Sony fans as they tell their audience that every single game, past and present, would be going to the PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo Switch.
This guy says reasons to buy an Xbox. Better Xbox community devoid of toxic Sony community. Really? Assurance that my games from last gen are playable on all generations. Back compat's important. That you get that on Nintendo Switch 2 as well as the PS5. And PlayStation's been continuing to grow the list of games that wouldn't work because there was differences between the operating systems or whatever it was. When the ones you have to play on cloud or whatever. The ability to play your game on any device. That's not true yet. Controller's still the best. That's subjective. You prefer the multiplayer games and don't really care much about Sony or Nintendo single-player games. I think that's fair. If you don't care about Nintendo and PlayStation single-player games, sure. But since all the games are going to PlayStation and Nintendo anyway, one of those games might strike your fancy. So why cut that off? Why cut yourself off from that? Game Pass is a money saver. Not necessarily. Most people buy 2, maybe 3 games a year. So if you only bought 3 games a year, that would be cheaper than Game Pass Ultimate for day and date. I make decisions based on accessibility, function, and overall value, not popularity. Having an ego about what plastic box you choose is stupid. Then why are you typing all this? I don't know why, but Xbox just seems to last very long. Still have all my Xboxes with all my friends with PlayStations, their previous versions. Did I mention the Xbox community is really cool? It's the best community in general. All subjective reasons, but perfectly fine to feel that way. I mean, those are all subjective. It's perfectly fine to feel that way. If that's what's got you locked in with them, man, go. Good for you.
The problem is Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Netflix, AMC Plus, Hulu, okay? Not to mention all the other things that people have that are subscription services on top of that. And then you throw on top, I no longer think of any subscription. This is not about Game Pass. I don't think of any subscription as free. I don't. And listen, there's a lot of those sites you can go to and see how many subscriptions you forget how many you're actually paying for. You know, you're like, oh, I'm only paying for 4.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you know what I mean, Jack? No, don't get me wrong. You were asking it hypothetically. People feel that way. But at the end of the day, Game Pass right now, Jack, especially to get the big games and have the multiplayer and have Call of Duty, to have those, that's $19.99 a month. And we just... Yeah, and 2 days ago, Netflix went up again. So, Jack, you know this is going up to $24.99 at some point.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
And when's it going to hit $30 a month? At what point do you say, you know what? I'm just going to buy the game when it's on sale. You can get the game for $35, $40, 6 to 8 months, maybe a year later. Wait till Christmas. I don't know what to tell you, but $30 a month gets real expensive. You know, people only, you know, there's people who just play Call of Duty and just play 2K or just play Madden. Most of my friends play Call of Duty and one of the sports games. So why are they paying $20 a month? You know, you can get Call of Duty Black Ops 6 over the holiday for like $49.99. You know, so it was like, I don't know. Myself personally, I could see certain people. I know that's the argument on Twitter, but that's crazy. Jay, what do you feel about that? I mean, is there a point? I've been asking people this for a while, and everybody's...
Yes, these Sony fans are convinced that every single game, past and present, would be going on other platforms. Well, listen to what Phil Spencer had to say about that.
Yeah, ripping the Band-Aid off on that topic while you're there. Are all Xbox games going to PlayStation someday, or will there still be exclusives? How are those red lines looking these days?
The red line, just to be clear, was of me responding to an answer. Like, I sometimes gets positioned if I kind of ran out with a red lines t-shirt on. We are finding that our games shipping on multiple platforms is a good thing for Xbox. It makes Xbox stronger. It lets us do shows like we did with Showcase with great games, give our game time teams the time they need for us to invest in platform, for us to invest in hardware. I think all of this is part of what Xbox is going to be when we go forward. When you ask the question like no, I mean, there's Xbox games that have shipped that we're not going to put on other platforms.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Some of the things we'll look at how they do, but you're going to see more games.
And there you have it. Phil Spencer is saying that not all Xbox games would be going to other platforms. Now more would be going, he said that very clearly, more games would be going because it makes sense when it comes to a financial standpoint, and Xbox players are not losing anything because they are getting all these games they want on Game Pass, which we have already found out is just a steal of a deal. So these ponies are lying. Not every game will be going elsewhere. It came straight from the horse's mouth. Another way these Sony fans are lying is that they are convincing you that Sony is not in a bad state. Sony is good. There's nothing wrong with Sony as a company or PlayStation as a platform. Listen to some of these guys say that Pee Wee Herman days just might be numbered if this fails.
Sucks, by the way, if the Horizon Online game sucks, because then the favoritism looks really bad. It's like, yo, you greenlit that?
And this is the same man who said Concord would be our Star Wars. Yeah. This is the guy who was like, we cannot wait. They bought the studio for this guy. You want to talk about mismatch? Everybody's calling for jobs. Like, bro, he said it. I was like, I don't want to hear anything else about any other regime after these decisions. Could you have someone looking at this and say, yo, bro, 15 years, bro, we lit. That's the new Star Wars. We got it, bro. Concord run the numbers up. Okay, so let's move on. Anyway.
So it's very clear. We are even seeing articles saying that Sony just might do the same exact thing that Microsoft is doing. So we are seeing that these guys lie. I've shown you proof after proof after proof that the PlayStation community lie. Some of the biased gaming media, they lie. So let me hear what you thought about everything that was said today. Are you seeing the clear lies in the PlayStation community, or do you think I'm capping? Let me know in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.